Hey, and welcome back to another video. It is your Lifestylist K, your secure women mentor. And today we are talking about emotional self mastery, how to control your emotions. Now, if you've ever felt like your emotions control you instead of the other way around, this is a reminder that you have more power than you think. Let's dive in. And I'm found by the roadside. So, what is emotional self mastery and how do you control it? And so, emotional self mastery is the ability to control your reactions and not allow triggers to control you. Stay calm, stay grounded, even in triggering situations, right? Chaotic situations. And it's also about protecting your energy in manipulative and dramatic or drama filled situations. And the reason why most people struggle with this is number one, is because you're probably a person who allow people the opportunity over and over again to correct their actions. And then when shit hits the fan, when it hits the fan, you're like, no, I'm sick of this. And then you just react, right? And we can sometimes react impulsively instead of intentionally. But when you're giving a person so much of an opportunity to correct their actions and how they are mishandling you, during that time is the opportunity for you to set up something that allows you to respond intentionally and not impulsively. And so instead of allowing that anger to build up because you see what a person is doing, you see how they're manipulating, you see how they are causing drama and chaotic and difficult situations, you see them doing this. And during that time where you're just allowing them to correct it, that is a prime time for you to make more intentional highlights of things that you need to address when you do finally address it instead of just going off. So this allows you to really set the intention. Mainly because when you're dealing with manipulative and drama filled people, anything that you say, they're going to try to make it your fault. They will make it seem like you're the one that's acting erratically and acting strange. But when you're doing things intentionally, when you're coming to someone intentionally with breakdowns of situations that they have done, and you're like, hey, during this time, this is what you did, this, and this, it's hard for a person to counteract that. And it's also good for when people attempt to change the conversation. When you are directly addressing something and that person ignores you and act like you didn't say anything and tries to change the subject. This allows you to bring the conversation back to the point of it all, right? Back to the point. So they have no way of escaping or getting out of the conversation unless they just stay quiet. But then if they do that, you know that you're not going to get anywhere with them. And so now you know how to move. You let it be, you move on, and you have no more interactions with them if possible. And also when you don't react instantly or impulsively, this is allowing you to learn how to handle situations in a healthy manner. Because not other people aren't going to handle things in a healthy manner. So I know it's difficult when you always have to be the one that takes the high road, right? I know that can be difficult. I get it. But it's important for you. It's not about them. I think when we feel like we always have to take the high road, you got to remember that it's about you and what makes you have peace. So if you're not taking the high road, brings you peace, and you decide to match their energy, then by all means do you. But ultimately, you can't be like that with every situation. So you have to learn to respond in healthy ways. Having different options in the way that you respond just allows you to pick and choose how you decide to respond to different situations with different people. But also, that means that you have more of an emotional self mastery than most people because you know yourself, you're aware of yourself, right? You've broken it down for yourself. You've gone back and forth with yourself about the way this is going to the way this is going to work. I think if you can be a person that understands and train your brain to have an emotional neutral type of take on things instead of looking at things as good or bad, you realize that things are just they are what they are. It is what it is. This allows you to disassociate whether something is good or bad because one thing to always understand, a little secret is what's good for you might not be good for someone else. What's bad to you may not be bad to someone else. And this is why you have conversations and you communicate so each person that's involved can understand each person's point of view. Now we have to be open to the fact that not all, we don't all think alike, and that is imperative across the board. But just because we all don't think alike doesn't mean that we don't know how to be respectful of other people's opinions and the way that other people think. Honestly, if it's not mutual, and then that's when you know you need to walk away. Like I can understand you and I can understand your perspective, but also understand my perspective. If you're a person that only wants to understand your perspective, you're a person that probably wouldn't get along with, probably don't get along with a lot of people. And so if you know that you're dealing with someone like that, that's when your emotional self mastery has to kick in. And you just have to say, you know what, it is what it is. They are who they are. I'm not here to change anyone. I'm not here to make someone see it the way that I see it. But what I will do is walk away because this isn't worth my time, nor is it worth my energy. And as you learn to master your emotions and stop reacting to things, you become an untouchable person, right? People are going to be who they are. And a lot of times we can get angry at the fact that people just don't care about other people. Because sometimes that's what it boils down to, especially when people do stuff intentionally to trigger people and things of that nature. So, this is why when you master your emotions, when someone is purposefully trying to trigger you, you tap into your emotional self mastery and realize that, oh, number one, this mofo is trying to intentionally trigger me, but I'm better than that and I'm bigger than that. So I'm going to tap into my emotional self mastery, right? I'm going to tap into that because no, you will not get a reaction out of me. Now, what you will get is a response when I'm ready, but never a reaction. Also, a part of emotional self mastery is knowing when someone is attempting to trauma dump or dump all of their emotions onto you. This is also when someone is just, they don't care how something makes you feel. They're just worried about you having a listening ear for them. It's okay to have a listening ear, but when that's all that they do, you have to learn to cut those people off. Your energy is currency, so you have to spend it wisely and don't allow anyone to take it from you. Your peace, now that's sacred. And don't allow anyone to come and take your peace. That's in friendship, relationships, family, anyone. You should hold your peace at a very high regard. And if someone or something is coming into your space and disturbing your peace, you have to stand on business about your peace. You have to guard your peace like your life depends on it because what? Because it does. The woman who controls her emotions controls her life. The moment you stop reacting, you take your power back. Now, I've seen this and experienced this for myself, being in toxic relationships, narcissistic relationships. I don't know, but I'm gonna probably post a video right here talking about how I married two narcissistic men. Um, and if it's not here, then it's a few videos down for sure. I had to take my power back by not responding and completely letting go. I had to tap into my silence in order to take my power back, in order to master my emotions, in order to realize that my peace is being siphoned from me because I am allowing a person who don't give two coins about the way that they are treating our relationship and mishandling my love, my emotions, my value, my worth. And as you look at yourself as the most valuable person to yourself, you won't allow certain people to come into your space and siphon your energy, trigger you, and make you feel unworthy and unvaluable. So, mastering your emotions is going to take some time and effort. But as I always state, you're always worth the time and you're always worth the effort for you to do the work for yourself. And I hope this video finds you well and found you well. And I'll see you on the next video.